Is it possible that Millennials and Generation Z are on track to be the poorest generations in history? From crippling student loans to unaffordable housing markets, these generations are grappling with financial hurdles that their predecessors never had to face. The American dream seems more like a mirage, fading with each passing year. But why is this happening? What is causing this financial turmoil for our young generations? Stay tuned to find out why these generations are facing such financial struggles. Millennials and Generation Z are facing a financial crisis unlike any other in recent history. As we delve into the economic realities of these generations, it becomes clear that they are grappling with unique challenges that are shaping their financial landscape. Let's start with student loan debt. It's no secret that the cost of education has skyrocketed over the past few decades. Many millennials and Gen Zers are graduating with a mountain of debt, a burden that previous generations didn't have to bear to such an extent. With the average student loan debt hovering around $30,000, it's a heavy weight that's slowing their journey towards financial independence. Now, let's talk about the cost of living. From the escalating prices of housing and healthcare, to the day-to-day expenses like groceries and transportation, the cost of simply existing has become exorbitant. In many urban areas, the cost of living has outpaced wage growth, making it increasingly difficult for these younger generations to keep up. And that brings us to the issue of stagnant wages. Despite being the most educated generations in history, Millennials and Gen Z are earning relatively the same or even less than their parents did at their age when adjusted for inflation. This wage stagnation, coupled with the rising cost of living, has created a perfect storm of financial instability. Lastly, let's not forget about the uncertainty and volatility brought about by events such as the financial crisis of 2008 and the recent global pandemic. These events have further shaken the economic stability of these generations, leaving them to navigate a financial landscape that is fraught with challenges and unpredictability. In summary, Millennials and Gen Z are facing a financial reality that is characterized by high student loan debt, escalating cost of living, stagnant wages, and economic uncertainty. It's a complicated, multifaceted issue that's impacting their ability to achieve financial stability and prosperity. But what are the reasons behind these financial struggles? The reasons behind the financial struggles of Millennials and Generation Z are complex and multifaceted. Let's start with a trip down memory lane. The year is 2008, and the world is in the grip of a financial crisis. This global meltdown leaves in its wake a bruised economy, dwindling job opportunities, and a generation of young adults stepping into a world of uncertainty. This is the world Millennials and Generation Z are introduced to as they take their first steps into adulthood. Now imagine starting your career with that backdrop. It's like playing a game on hard mode right from the start, isn't it? The financial crisis of 2008 hit hard, and its effects still echo today, particularly for these younger generations. Then, there's the rising cost of education. College tuition and associated fees have been on a steady uphill climb for decades. This means that many Millennials and Gen Z are starting their adult lives saddled with an almost insurmountable heap of student debt. Imagine trying to get ahead, to build a life while dragging the weight of tens of thousands of dollars in debt behind you. That's the reality for so many young adults today. And then we have the housing market. Homeownership, a cornerstone of the so-called American dream, is increasingly out of reach for many. Rising house prices coupled with stagnant wages have made the prospect of buying a home seem more like a pipe dream than a realistic goal for many in these generations. Finally, we can't forget the changing job market. Traditional career paths are shifting under our feet. Stable, long-term employment is becoming a thing of the past, replaced by gig economy jobs, temporary contracts, and underemployment. This lack of job security adds another layer of financial uncertainty for Millennials and Generation Z. These factors have created a perfect storm for financial instability. In our next segment, we'll explore how technology plays a role in the financial struggles of these generations. Scene script. Technology has changed the way we work, live, and spend, and it has a profound impact on the financial status of these generations. Let's dive into how this digital revolution, while opening up new avenues and opportunities, has also led to some unanticipated consequences. The advent of technology has been a double-edged sword, especially for Millennials and Gen Z. On one side, it's brought about a level of convenience and efficiency we couldn't have dreamed of a few decades ago. On the other, it's led to job displacement and a surge in competition that's difficult to keep up with. Consider the rise of automation, for instance. Machines and software are now capable of performing tasks that were once solely the domain of humans. This has led to a significant reduction in job opportunities in certain sectors. Manufacturing, data entry, and even some aspects of customer service have seen a decline in human workforce, thanks to the capabilities of modern technology. Then there's the gig economy, bolstered by technology. It has created a new way to work, turning traditional employment models on their heads. Platforms like Uber, Upwork, and Fiverr have made it possible for people to work on their own terms, offering a level of flexibility that's attractive to many. But this flexibility often comes at a cost. Gig workers typically lack the benefits and stability that come with traditional employment. They're also competing with a global workforce, which can drive wages down. Moreover, the rise of e-commerce and online shopping has changed our spending habits. It's easier than ever to make impulsive purchases, and advertising algorithms know exactly what we want before we even realize it ourselves. This can lead to increased spending and decreased saving, further exacerbating financial struggles. So, while technology has certainly created new opportunities, it's also introduced new challenges. It's reshaped the job market, altered our spending habits, and created a highly competitive global workforce. Technology, while a tool for advancement, has also become a financial hurdle. Society and policy have also played a significant role in shaping the financial future of these generations. It's a tale as old as time, with a twist. The societal norms that once guided our parents and grandparents have evolved, and they now present a unique set of challenges for millennials and Gen Z. For instance, the pressure to attend university has never been higher, and it's a pressure that's felt from all angles. From parents to teachers to peers, the message is clear. A degree is the ticket to a successful future. But this ticket comes at a hefty price, and it's a price that many millennials and Gen Z are still paying off in the form of crippling student loan debt. The promise of higher earnings often fails to materialize, leaving these generations in a financial hole right from the start. Then let's talk about housing. The dream of owning a home has become just that, a dream for many in these generations. A lack of affordable housing policies has seen property prices skyrocket, putting homeownership out of reach for many. Renting, once seen as a stepping stone to homeownership, is now a long-term reality. This has a knock-on effect on the ability to build wealth and save for retirement. And speaking of retirement, it's a struggle to save for it. With stagnating wages and rising costs of living, many millennials and Gen Z find it difficult to put away money for their golden years. Traditional pension schemes are becoming a thing of the past, and the onus is increasingly on individuals to ensure their own financial security in retirement. In essence, the societal expectations and policy issues of today are not only affecting the present financial status of millennials and Gen Z, but also threatening their future financial stability. It's clear that these generations are facing an uphill battle. So, are millennials and Generation Z destined to be the poorest generations? Let's hit the rewind button for a moment. We've journeyed through the financial realities facing these generations, illuminating the unique struggles they grapple with. It's not just about avocado toast and fancy lattes. It's about a world that's changed in ways that have made economic stability more elusive than ever. We've seen the reasons behind these struggles, from crippling student loans to an ever-increasing cost of living. Technology, that double-edged sword, has radically transformed the job market. While it's opened up new opportunities, it's also made traditional paths to financial security less certain. We've also seen how societal pressures and policy decisions have played into this complex web of financial challenges. The narrative is clear. It's a multifaceted issue, a combination of individual circumstances and systemic forces. It's not about blaming a generation for not working hard enough or not saving enough. It's about acknowledging the unique challenges they face and understanding the need for systemic changes. But let's not forget that this is not a story of doom and gloom. Millennials and Gen Z are resourceful generations. They're adapting, innovating, and pushing for change. They're not just victims of their circumstances, they're active agents shaping their own destinies. It's a tough financial landscape out there, but with awareness and action, there is hope for a brighter financial future.